I bought a mini fridge with a key and my brother moved out within the month. So my brother Danny is 26 and he moved into my place about 8 months ago after he lost his job. I told him, yeah, of course, stay as long as you need. He's my brother. I wasn't gonna let him sleep in his car over pride. The deal was simple. I cover rent and utilities, he covers groceries. That was the whole thing. He shook my hand on it in my kitchen, called me a lifesaver, said he'd never forget it. He bought groceries exactly twice. By month 2, I was buying everything and he was eating everything. I'd meal prep on Sundays, 5 containers for the week, and by Wednesday there'd be 2 left. I'd buy a rotisserie chicken and come home to a carcass. One time I had a leftover half of a birthday cake from work and I came home and honestly there was just a fork sitting in an empty box. I brought it up like an adult. Danny, man, you were gonna handle groceries, remember? I know. I'm broke right now. I'll get you back. You don't have to pay me back. Just like buy some of the food you're eating. Bro, it's food. We're brothers. You're really counting chicken? And that's how every conversation went. I'd say something reasonable, he'd flip it, so I was the weird one for noticing. Say it enough and you start feeling like maybe you are petty for wanting to eat the food you paid for. So I stopped talking about it. I just bought a mini fridge instead. It was one of those small ones with an actual lock and a little key. I put it in my bedroom and I kept my stuff in there. My prepped meals, my drinks, the good coffee creamer, the snacks I actually liked. The main kitchen fridge I left for shared stuff, condiments, whatever. My food went behind the key. Danny lost his mind. What is that? It's a fridge. Why is there a lock on it? So I know where my food is. He laughed like I was joking. Then he saw I wasn't, and his whole face changed. That's insane. You're locking food away from your own brother? Who does that? Somebody who's tired of buying 2 of everything, I said. He called me controlling, said it was humiliating, said I was treating him like a criminal in his own home. I pointed out it wasn't his home, it was mine, and he was welcome to fill the kitchen fridge with anything he wanted whenever he wanted. He didn't have an answer for that, so he just called me a psycho and went to his room. 2 days later, my mom called. What's going on with you and your brother? He says you've got him locked out of the kitchen. He says he's basically starving over there. That was the part that got me. Starving. He'd built a whole story where I was the villain rationing food to my poor unemployed brother. Ma, he eats everything I buy and pays for nothing. The lock's on a mini fridge in my room. The kitchen's wide open. He said you charge him and don't feed him. I don't charge him a cent. He was supposed to buy groceries and he's bought groceries twice in 8 months. She went quiet. Then she said, he told me he's been giving you money every month. And there it was. So I asked her to hold on and I texted her a photo. 8 months of grocery receipts, all my card, and then the thing I'd found the week before that I hadn't said anything about yet. Danny's pay stub. Sitting on the counter where he'd left it. Because Danny had gotten a job at a warehouse 2 months earlier and just never mentioned it because if nobody knew he had money, nobody could ask him for any. My mom called him. I don't know exactly what she said, but I heard his voice through the wall going, it's not like that, it's not like that. He came out later trying the old move. I can't believe you went to mom. You made me look like garbage to our mother. You told her I was starving you. That's different. How is that different? He didn't have it that time. No flip, no spin, just standing in the kitchen with nothing to say because the receipts were on mom's phone and the pay stub was his own. You want me to buy my own food now, is that it? He said finally. That was always the deal, Danny. Then I'll just leave. Okay, I think he wanted me to fight him on it. I didn't. He was out in 3 weeks. Got his own place across town with the warehouse money he'd been hiding the whole time. He still has the key thing though. Last week at mom's he called me the brother who put a padlock on the fridge, waiting for everyone to laugh. My mom just said, you put a padlock on his wallet. Nobody made you hide that job, honey. He hasn't brought up the fridge since.